Hey guys, so I know this video is a little late, but as you guys all know, I've been busy with papers, schoolwork, work, exams. I am in the middle of exam season, and today actually was the 4-year anniversary of when my grandmother died. For those of you who don't know, my grandmother was a very important person to me. Uh, she was the only grandmother that actually cared about me. This is my mom's mom. My dad's mom was the kind of person who kind of left him out on the street when he was 15, and she never liked my mom, and she never like cared to know me. Apparently I met her the day I was born and the day of my parents' wedding. So my parents got married when I was not quite 2. They got married on May 6th, and my birthday's May 31st. So it's close enough. I was 2. Apparently, I saw her that day. But anyways, back to my grandma. She was diagnosed with breast cancer before I was born. She battled that and won. By the time I turned 14, she had been diagnosed with ovarian cancer, it was a combination of ovarian cancer and uterine cancer, so all of her reproductive organs were removed. And we thought that things were okay. This was going on during the 2012 Olympics, that she had that surgery. So she was in remission doing chemo and radiation and every sort of thing that was hard on her. She ended up moving back to the hospital by the time just after Christmas came around 2013, and by the time February came around in 2014, cancer was back in pretty well everywhere in her body, and they couldn't figure out where it was coming from. So ultimately, on April 19th, 2014, around noon, she passed away. I actually wasn't there. I wasn't there because I wanted to sleep in. School was hard in grade 10. I had this going on. Math wasn't going very well for me. I wasn't prepared to go find help with anyone. I was also trying to do rowing at the time. It all wasn't working out. So that day in particular, I wanted to sleep in. My dad was coming home to pick me up that day, and then he and I were going to take the truck to London, to where she was being housed, and we were going to go visit her. But just as my dad and I were starting to go up the driveway, my mom calls me crying, and that's when I knew everything went downhill. That was the one day in life that I've actually seen my grandfather cry. But anyways, it's been 4 years since then. So today, my mom and I both went to my grandpa's place, and we spent the afternoon, and we made supper for him, and we just kind of we're just kind of there for each other. We didn't really talk about it per se. But that's why I knew this day was coming up, and I wrote an exam on Tuesday, and it's been an interesting year, as you guys know. So anyways, back onto the topic of why I'm making this video. I didn't mean to talk about that for 4 minutes. Anyways, I know this video is late, but you guys voted, and you wanted to see my thoughts on writers for zines. Zines. I say zines, I think. I use them interchangeably. Anyways, I think that having writers for zines is a fantastic idea. Being able to have stories that either go along with some of the artwork that's there, or are completely standalone, is amazing. I am fortunate enough to be a part of the Clance Reverse Big Bang. I've applied for a couple other zines, been rejected, shockingly. And I am a part of another one that will be announced at a later date. So I do think that they are fantastic. Being able to promote not just artists, but also writers is fantastic. I don't think zines should be specifically targeted just for artists. Being able to have all of the fan content that is created is awesome. I understand why videos or gifts that are made, I understand why they're not necessarily being able, to be submitted with it. But writing is something that is very easily able to be inserted with with the zine, like whether it's like a PDF zine or like a printed zine. Like it's awesome that like it's that we can combine the two mediums and bring them together, whether they're like standalone art to fic or if they go together. Like that's so cool. Like and I mean, sometimes the application process can be tiring and it can be exhausting getting rejected twice in a row, but like it's still really cool that that's a thing that is a thing. Like I honestly do think it is very cool that A, we have zines, and B, that writers can be a part of them. Because like I don't consider myself an artist, guys. I mean, I love art. I would prefer to spend my time writing. I think I'm much better at writing than I am to do art. But that's just me. Like, I mean, I am technically trained in art with a fair amount of mediums. I just, like, I never, like, meant to do it professionally. Meanwhile, writing is something I definitely want to do professionally, at least editing. Like, so yeah, that's, that's the other side of it. I know this video was pretty short, mainly because of the time of year it is. Like, I know that April can be hectic for most of us, and, like, I also have this, like, today especially kind of piled on top of it. So yeah, thank you all. Oh my goodness, thank you guys all so much for watching. I very much appreciate it. I will see you guys around. This is Winter signing out. Bye.